Hello everyone and welcome to a Marvel Crisis Protocol themed unboxing. It's been a little bit again, but here we have three of the newer releases, the new wave of X-Men releases. I got these from my channel sponsor. It is not a sponsored video, just to be clear, but I have to say that I got them from my sponsor, partially covered by store credit with them, just to make sure everything's compliant with FTC guidelines and all that good stuff that YouTube makes sure you do properly. But not sponsor content, but did come from a sponsor. That's all I needed to say. So today, numbers all over the place as per usual. We have CP96, Iceman and Shadowcat, CP112, Bishop and Nightcrawler, CP151, Professor X and Shadow King. My friend has been using those and say they're very, very powerful. New box designs as well. I'm not sure, they look a little bit like the visual equivalent of word spaghetti. All kind of all over the place a little bit, but like I feel like the pictures are unnecessary, especially because they're on the back. But either way, we shall work our way through them today, have a look, and just talk it through. Let's get on with it. Let's start with Iceman and Shadowcat, aka Kitty Pryce, because I was looking forward to the Iceman model. It is a fantastic model. It's a bit of a shame that he's only a 3 threat, I know that in advance, but, you know, and again, why are the pictures here and also on the front cover? The coolest kids in class. Alright, let's crack this open. And see, I guess these are their new universal packing, right? So they just, there's one packaging to do the entire world. Let's see what we have inside. Oh, any second now, there we go. Put that to one side. We have our lack of assembly instructions, because of course we do. Waste of paper. Read this first, but now in many languages for Europe. And a glimpse of both finished miniatures right there. And then we have, we'll do our sprue next. You don't need to see the bases, they're the same ones as always. I doubt those will ever change. So, not much to Iceman, is there? Doesn't seem like it, but yeah, that's all there is to him. Doesn't look too complicated to me. My friend who already has this wave didn't mention anything being particularly egregious or anything like that. Yeah, just a case of putting him together and bung him on the ice. And then for Kitty, we have basically, yeah, the same kind of situation. With, what's our, is our dragon called Ganymede? Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting what it's called. Lockheed, sorry. I was close. So, he's in 2 parts, well 4 actually once you count the wings. But she's kind of phasing through a sentinel arm, kind of similar to how the Vision model is just phasing through a wall to show off what she can do. Alright, and we have our very important part, the protective cardboard. I actually do wish more people would do this, like Night Models doesn't when they really should for their cardboard releases. But either way, it helps keep the sprues safe. Games Workshop needs to do it more as well, actually. I definitely did not cut out wrestling with this packaging for longer than I'm comfortable admitting. You're crazy, Marge. Get off the road. Why is there so many... Oh, I know why there's so many cards. Because they're doing a one-stop shop for releases now, so we have every language. I see. So which side is English? We have English, 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 not English, and so on. Okay. So although you're going to get a lot of wasted card for the one release, it's still overall cheaper for them to do it this way. They're not the only ones to do it. Come On Games do it a lot. Steamforged does it, just offhand. So we have Xavier's Dream, Untapped Potential, Hold Still, and Faithful Companion. So we don't need to read the specifics too much, but if you do want to read them, by all means pause. And at no extra cost, you get them in 4 other languages, or 3 other maybe. And Xavier's Dream right there. So more importantly, I'm just going to put the foreign cards over there because they're not going to do anything for me. Oh right, and we have, yeah, it's such a, I mean, again, it's so weird. This does work out cheaper. Also, I love that in a different language, Iceman's name is just Iceberg. That is fantastic. Shadowcat's name basically doesn't change. Hombre de Helio. Gata Sombra. That's fun. It's such a waste, and it's just, it shows a kind of screwed up part of the industry that this is the cheaper option, even if it means as the consumer you have so much waste. I guess just remember to recycle it. Iceman, first card, 3 threat, 4/3/3, medium move, 5 health. He's got a beam 3, 4 dice energy with slow for his basic builder, and his big one is chill. It's got stagger on wild, 7 dice, range 3. He's got his equivalent of a hit and run, but he counts as size 5 I had to look up why this is, like, why that's relevant. It's because that means he can just step over scenery like he had Wallcrawler, because he's taller than buildings. Well, he counts as taller than buildings for the purposes of this flea. So you can go over like the other side of a building to get away from danger. Ice Slide, that's basically a move, but you can take people with you. And Cold Snap, that's the handy one as long as you've got things that play off of slow. When an enemy ends a move action within 2 of this character, it gains a slow special condition. If it already has slow, he takes damage instead. On his flip side, I believe he stays identical. 5 health on both. Yes, he does. And then Shadowcat, Catherine Kitty Pride. Phasing Strike. My friend told me that she's basically invincible if you play her right. Well, not literally, obviously. But he played someone who was playing her in a very specific way. I can't remember offhand what that way was. If you're watching this, feel free to mention it in the comments. But she's a long move, 3/3/3 defense, 3 threat, 5 health. Get 'em Lockheed is also a longer range builder, range 3. And then Intangible Assault, range 3, 7 dice for 3 power with Ghosted, which is a move if she gets a wild. Phase Rush is a place within 2 for 2. Can't touch this, that's probably the one he was talking about. When this character or an ally character within 2 is targeted by physical or energy, or would make a dodge roll, you can use this superpower for 2 power. 2 dice to your defense or dodge roll. If this character or the ally character is pushed or thrown by the special attack, after the effect is resolved, you may place the pushed or thrown character, it's hard to read, within 1 of itself. Okay, and just stealth. 5 health on this side, 5 health on this side. I don't think anything else has changed there at all. Nope. I like that they've done her. Is that on that side as well? Oh no, it isn't. It's just on this side. She's like phasing through the card. That's actually kind of a nice touch. Yeah, alright, so I've got a lot of cleanup to do between boxes now because of garbage in other languages. Alright, next up, Bishop and Nightcrawler. This is the one I've kind of been looking forward to, mostly because of Nightcrawler. I like Nightcrawler, and not just because the avatar for my gaming channel is blue as well, I swear. How do people feel about how he was portrayed in the original X-Men trilogy by Alan Cummings? I don't think they did his character right, but I quite liked his performance, if that makes sense. Anywho, let's crack in. Great model as well, I like how they've done the Bamf. Actually, doesn't this come with an optional Bamf? Like, it literally says Bamf? Am I vaguely remembering something from when this was originally revealed? Or did they scrap that idea? So again, you know, why bother? Who cares about you getting your credits? Put assembly instructions in your box in case your website's ever down or somewhere gets a release earlier than others. It's just, there's a whole bunch of reasons. Oh no, I'm going to be struggling with this bag as well. Are they on the same one? Oh, I think they are. Yeah, they are. It's a bit awkward. Any second. There we go. Got it. So yeah, they are just both on the same one. So, oh yeah, there we are. I don't know if that's showing up correctly. Yeah, you do have an optional literal Bamf. I'm not sure if I'll use that or not because it's very Deadpool-like to have the sound effect visible on the model, but it's such an iconic sound effect. It's like the schnicked sound for Wolverine's claws. It's just, it's so associated. Like Bamf, that's Nightcrawler. It's just, that's what it is. But either way, the sprue looks good. It should be, with all these protectors making sure nothing got touched. It's actually surprising how many of them there are. I'm curious why that is. Bishop looks like a pretty basic assembly. Yeah, just put the legs together, put the chest pieces together, attach limbs, put on this, done. He's on a sentinel arm as well. I don't think that sentinel arm matches up to how large the sentinels actually are. Same with the one on the kitty base, which is a little annoying. But that kind of, like, I know it's a little thing, but those kind of things do bug me. So we find the English cards, which are this side. Link in the X-Men. Diablo, yeah, okay, that's definitely not English. So we have Children of the... Oh, this is just a new version of this card. New art. Better art, although Colossus looks a little iffy. Preserve the Dream. Mutant Traitor. Yep, that's him. And Mass Transit. I know Mass Transit, we have those in real life. So that's a Nightcrawler card. Again, you can pause if you want to read the specifics of the tactics cards. Some of them are so word salad, I don't really want to have to try and read them out while half looking over a camera. I've learned from my past mistakes. So there we go, that's an X-Force one, the other two are unaffiliated. And Children of the Atom, as I say, is just new art for an existing card. So, make sure I've got the English cards here. That is English. That is English. These are not English. Put those to one side. So, Bishop is a 4 threat. 3/4/3, 6 health, medium move. Hopefully not too shiny. There we are. Quite like the art on this one as well. XSE Blaster, range 4/5 dice, energy. Return with interest is an area 2. Again, well, maybe they've learned, but Atomic Mass Games overvalues area attacks in this game. But it's a 5 power spender for 7 dice, area 2. Absorbed energy conversion for 3. Choose an interactive terrain feature or character size 4 or less within 2. Throw medium. It's about average cost for that, that's fine. Mutant energy absorption is basically his version of Captain Marvel's power. Overload. At the start of the power phase, if this character has 8 or more power, it suffers 1 damage. That explains his slightly above average health for a 4 threat, I guess. He's immune to Incinerate, Poison and Sun, which is a good set of immunities to have. On his flip side, his health goes down by 1. He doesn't look damaged on this side. Have they finally learned that it's not fair that only the male characters look damaged on the cards on their flip side? He actually looks more heroic on this side than that side. That's his angry, like, now I'm trying side. That should be on his dazed side. I actually wonder if they've got those two mixed up. Either way, I think only his stamina going down by 1 is the difference here. Looks like it to me. Alright, one dog pet later, we have Nightcrawler. He's also a 4 threat, 4/3/3, 6 health, medium move. Toy dropped at my foot. She's very needy for attention today. So he is a pure physical attack character. Teleporting strike, range 3, 5 dice with haha! After damage is dealt, if this character is not within 2, gain the stun condition. Okay. Brimstone Blitz for 1. Not high power spender then. Oh, that's so you can do his teleports, of course, and Bamf, of course. So that costs 1 to 3 power to teleport and place himself within the amount spent. Puff of Smoke. When this character makes an attack after damage is dealt, the character may use a superpower, place it within 2 of the target character. For free. Okay, they're definitely buying into his teleport powers. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Acrobatics. For 2 power. He's targeted by physical or energy, or make a dodge roll. Add 2. Vibranium Shield with asterisk. Invisible in Shadow. While this character is within 1 of a terrain feature size 2 or more, people must be within 3. So he has stealth with an asterisk. It's an interesting one. And Wall Crawler built in, of course, as well. His maximum health also goes down by 1, so same stats affected as Bishop there. Oh, actually, I think you can optionally make him have the katanas or whatever, cutlasses. I can't remember what type of sword he uses. But yeah, I think you can model him with those and the Bamf. Like, he has a couple of options. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about whether or not I want to model him with those. On this side, though, I do think it's only his health that changes. Does it actually mention the... No, see, it doesn't show the alternative options or anything on the back. It's a shame. But yeah, now that I've looked at this side where he's got the swords, because he didn't have them here. So yeah, I think you can model him with them. And finally, apparently the Shadow King model is huge. I'm looking forward to seeing this. And of course we have good old Professor X. Green, like in the cartoon here. White, like he's gone to a funeral here. But either way, we have them here. I'll admit freely, I do not know or did not know who Shadow King was until this model was revealed. I looked at the model and thought, wow, that is a very cool looking miniature. I have no idea who that is. But either way, a very powerful telepathic villain is my understanding now. I've read a few X-Men comics and he's never been in them. We have The Waste of Time. Get that out of here. And then, oh, cannot forget, I forgot to show it off in the last box. Protective cardboard, very important. And then we have our Sprue. On assembling Professor X, you have a cerebral option, by the way. My friend simply said, you make him and stick him in wheelchair, done. So, you don't really need the assembly instructions for him, is my understanding. They both come on large bases, so that's your only option. You have to put them on those. Although you would have a spare one from each of the other 2 boxes if you happen to pick up the whole wave. So yeah, that's Professor X. You can make him look like Davros if you wanted to, but there is your options for the Sprue there. Not much to him. Where's is that Cerebral? Yes. Definitely not using that. I don't like how Cerebral looks. I think it looks silly. If the camera could come into focus to agree with me. Shadow King. Oh, look how a lot. Yeah, that's Kingpin sized right there in terms of like chest capacity. So yeah, he is a large lad, and he has a huge, maybe demon coming out of his back. So yeah, that is going to be both a very wide villain and a very tall one too. Yeah, that's going to look very impressive when it's assembled. Neat. Great detail there as well. Hopefully the demon has got a lot of connecting points. That's the only part I'm worried about. But yeah, it should be. It looks like he's partially connected to the floor, so hopefully it's okay. I have defeated the packaging. It has been defeated, and we have ourselves 2 specific markers related to Shadow King's powers. It's been a while since you've had an insert like this in one of these releases. We have many a card. That is a very fun picture. We'll get to that in a moment. English, 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 not English. So we have 3. We have ourselves Mind Wipe. It's very rude of you to do that, Charles. We have Cerebral, of course. And then we have Astral Plane, which is a very cool bit of art, just in general. So, if you want to know the specifics of what they do, there you go. That's a reactive unaffiliated for Shadow King. This is a Uncanny X-Men. And this is Uncanny X-Men reactive. Oh yeah, that enough attack is like map wide. I remember my friend mentioning that. That's very powerful. It's Professor X when he's had enough. And he unleashes his full power. Speaking of which, English, English, insert other languages over here. There we go. So, Shadow King's actually a 5 threat, but Professor X is a 4 threat. 2/2/6, and I believe he has that power where you use the 6 for everything unless someone pays 2 power. Yes. Telepathic lock at the bottom there. Obviously mental attack based because it's Professor X. It kind of just looks like his body stops there. That doesn't look like there's legs there, which I can't unsee now, and that's going to bother me forever. It looks better on that side, but not much better. Anyway, Psychic Dart, range 4, 5 dice. Mental Suggestion for 1 power, range 3, 6 dice. And then, hopefully in focus, we have Astral Duel, which adds on power equal to their Mystic Defense. Dice equal to their Mystic Defense. And he is a leader for the Uncanny X-Men Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Once per turn, when an allied character spends 1 or more power on an active or reactive superpower, after it's resolved, another allied character gains 1 power. So it's a way to share out power if you're using your superpowers. Fine. I'm not sure if that's better than the alternative options, but either way, he is a cheap-ish leader and has a lot of mystic damage if that's what you're after. Professor's Guidance, you spend to modify dice for an ally within 4. And Telepathic Lock we covered. Omega level Telepath. Can be pushed or advanced by the effect of mystic superpowers. Makes sense. I'm going to guess his health goes down on this side to 5. Yep. It felt like that type of character. I don't think anything else has changed on this side. He looks a little weird, not just because of the leg thing I pointed out, his face. He looks fine there. It's just, it doesn't... I don't know, he looks like one of those giant heads in the sky from Rick and Morty. Kinda. Anyway. Come to me, Shadow King. 5 threat, 3, 4, 5. 6 health, short move, but he's on a huge base. Mental Shackle, range 3, 6 dice, Mystic. Astral Disintegration. That is a fantastic attack name. Astral Disintegration. Range 2 though. 5 dice, 4 power, but you add dice equal to the amount of power the target character has up to a maximum of 5. So it gets up to 10 dice. That's a good Hulk killer then. The target character cannot reroll or modify defense dice during this attack. That's very powerful. Astral Fiend for 3 power. Place a token within 3 of this character. When measuring range for this character's attacks and superpowers, measure from the projection. So that's one of those markers we got. Immortal Essence. This character removes up to 3 damage from itself. So 3 power to heal 3 for himself. Not bad. Nightmare Visions. When an enemy character ends an advance within 3, you may use this power for 4. That's kind of costly though. Roll 3 dice. Enemy suffers 1 damage for each crit and wild. If this superpower deals at least 1 damage, you may advance the character small. So you can actually just send them away again. That's pretty powerful. No wonder it costs 4. Omega level Multiversal Entity. This character gains 1 additional. I love that they find different ways of just saying, yeah, you get 1 more power in the power phase. Omega level Multiversal Entity. I see. I'm going to guess his health stays the same. Yep. Okay. Does anything change? I do enjoy the picture. I guess the demon comes out to play when he starts being serious. 3, 4, 5, 6 health. It looks like that is identical. Yes, so I guess it's the demon thing that's doing the astral disintegration. Okay. Shadow King seems very powerful as long as you're feeding him power, so you can be doing stuff like nightmare visions. Why is there 2 markers though? Oh, maybe it's just connected to one of his tactics cards. That's got to be it. So one of them is for Astral Fiend, the other one will be for a tactics card. And so that does it for a look at the new wave of mutants added to the game. I think this wave will probably prove popular just because in general the X-Men are popular, especially more so than Marvel right now thanks to the cinematic universe failing. But very cool looking miniatures, no pun intended. Looking forward to getting started on them once I get through the Earth's Mightiest starter box. But getting there, you know, made a start at the very least. Might prioritise some of these because, for instance, Iceman won't take long to do. And I just really like that model. It's very cool. I did it again. I swear it's accidental puns. It is 100% accidental puns. Either way, if you wanted to look at what you got in these 3 boxes, there you have it. You can pick and choose what you like. If you wanted to pick them up from my channel sponsor, you could do so via the affiliate link in the description box below. If you do that, I will be compensated. Or you can do it without as well if you prefer. And that would be very helpful. Or if you want to support the channel, you could consider becoming a channel member. There has been a lot of unboxings lately. Very sorry, just all we've had time for. Been very busy and also ill. But come next week, we should be back to a nice healthy mix of the games we've been covering. So look forward to that. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.